How's everyone doing? All right. I can't even see the clock. Oh, I'm 3 minutes till. Three minutes to 7, like my cord's hanging. I'm going to hold this out of the way until we get ready to get started. Okay. I am ready to go. Let me get my cameras organized. So as you all come on, you know the drill. Make sure that you introduce yourself. Well, I don't want to say introduce yourself, but put your name in the comment box so that I can see who is here. Otherwise, I will know who it is once I look at it at a later time. And I'm apologizing. I'm trying to figure out how to get my cord so it's not going to be hanging in the way because I've got my camera set up a different way. But that's okay. We'll figure out how to make it work. I'll just throw it over my shoulder when we get done. So tonight, as you all pop on, I'm a little bit early, so I'm just going to sit here and chit chat, but I'll wait, and I've got the comments loaded for you all, and I'm just going to wait a little bit. We'll wait till about 7:04 before we get started. So in the meantime, just announce or type in your name when you come on and let me know who it is and where you're from and what have you been doing. In the meantime, I'm just going to sit here and wait. And I need some mini dimensionals. Oopsie. Oh, I better order some of these, don't I? Uh-oh. Gotta place an order. I'm getting low on dimensionals. Sorry if I got my head in the back of the picture. So give me just a second. I'm kind of going through my inventory here. Guess I better take an inventory list. I think these are all black dimensionals. Hey, sister from another mister. What's up, girl? Is the lighting look okay to you? I'm trying to get myself situated in here, and I'm sitting down because standing up about killed my back the last time. So I've got cameras, I got lighting all around me, so I'm hoping that the lighting looks okay. Hi there. Whoever said hi, Dawn. Yes, it looks good. Okay, thank you. Make sure I know who it is from OV, but just make sure that you put your name if you want. You don't have to in the comment box, and that way I'll know who is on. If not, I'll see it when I go back and watch this thing later. So, anyways, I've been here I've been here all the day. I'm in the studio and I'm here all day. Chuck was supposed to get me to go home to have dinner and then come back, but he was running low on time. The dog was starving. I didn't have any dog food, so I just told him to come by, pick her up, take her, and then he can come back and get me after 8 o'clock. So I had only ate half my sandwich for lunch, so I still had a sandwich. Hi from Indiana. So I have been trying to get organized. I wasn't prepared, and that was the main thing I did today, was to work on this class and then also my online class. And I think tomorrow I'm going to have to come in here and just, do y'all ever take a day where you just have to clean? I mean, it's organized, but it's organized piles, and the piles need to go away. So that's, I think, what my goal is going to be tomorrow. I have to look at my calendar and see what my social calendar holds. So anyways, we're going to do some fun cards tonight, but I'm going to wait. Let's see, what time is it? No. Let me see. Where's my clock? Oh, it's 7 o'clock. All right, let's give it a couple more minutes because everybody's popping in. Little slow, but that's okay. I had set up my program that I use to post my notice to remind you all that we were doing a Facebook Live this afternoon. And when I went on my Facebook page, I didn't see anything, and I thought, oh my gosh. And then I saw where it did post after I posted it a second time, but oh well, I guess y'all got the word that I was going to be live tonight. So we're going to do some fun, easy cards. These are really easy. So if you are a beginner, somebody that's just learning, they're very simple, but you know, sometimes we have to go back to our roots and go back to simple. And then you all can, the more experienced ones, you can, you know, pop them up or dress them up however you want. But we're going to use one of the free sets that you can get from Celebration and some Celebration paper, which I just opened today when I was creating these cards. Oh my gosh, I'm going to have to show that to you too. It is absolutely stunning. I am just amazed at how much Stampin' Up's papers have, they just get better and better year after year. So if you haven't purchased any lately, I would highly recommend that you do so. I have yet to purchase. The only holiday paper I purchased was the storybook gnome for the gnomes, and I think I'm going to buy another pack. I have to look and see, but I found where someone did a tutorial that could show you how to use half a pack of the paper. You can make about like 30 some cards. So I'm going to do that and show you all how to do that. Hello, Karen Jo. Hey, I have something for you. I'm going to text you. I'll text you, I think, or message you something that I think that you might like. I'm going to give you a teaser there. So anyways, we're going to give it another, it's 7:02, so we're going to give it a little bit more. I'm going to just chit chat for a minute. So we have what's called a morning room in our new house. It's like a breakfast nook, a breakfast room, but we're using it as a office / whatever. And I actually got boxes out of there and stuff put away. I bought a 4-shelf, like cloth shelf thing that you put in it. It's like a storage thing, but it's the cloth type drawers. And I put that in the coat closet, so we had some more storage space. Of course, you know how men are. Well, at least mine. He packs all this stuff from the other house, as far as his work desk and my work desk, and we must have had 5 bags, not 5, I'm exaggerating, 4-gallon bags filled with pens and pencils, 3 staplers, 2 tape dispensers. I'm like, seriously, do we really need all that? So I organized it, and then I packaged it up, put it in the Goodwill box, or the box to go to the thrift store. I told him, I said, we don't need 5 staplers, we don't need 1,000 pens. So I got all those drawers organized, and then I had a couple of boxes of stuff that needed to go in the bedroom and my clothing, and we can actually see the floor in that room, so that's a plus. I ordered a mosaic oval mirror for the front entryway when you come in. Oh my gosh, when we get this house together, I'm going to do a short video for you all to see. It's in our favorite colors. It is it's the prettiest mirror I have seen. Maybe I'm prejudiced because I bought it, but I tell you what, I'm loving everything we're buying. We don't have our furniture. We checked on it yesterday. Our living room couch and 2 recliners will not be here now until the middle of September, and then our TV console and 2 side tables for the couch area. We had ordered a special color paint or whatever, and those won't even be here probably till the end of October. So we're using TV trays for our side tables. It's funny, but it is what it is. We have a home. That's all that matters. So, all right, let's go ahead and get started at 7:05. So for those of you that are joining, welcome. And if you're new to my channel, I'm Dawn Duvall. I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator living now in Fort Myers. We've been here about 3 weeks, Fort Myers, Florida, and it's hotter than blazes. It's probably like this everywhere. Can you see my lawn chairs? No, I'm actually sitting on a wooden, I'm actually sitting on a chair. But if you look at, I don't know if you can see behind me, but there's 2 orange, those are levitating chairs or whatever. So, no, we're not sitting on lawn chairs. We do have the couch. We bought a couch for his cousin, which is a couch bed, and a electric recliner from one of my friends in the Villages who bought it and never used it. So very inexpensive. She didn't charge us that much money. So we brought it here for his cousin. So when he decides to come down to my studio, which is really his place, he'd have it. So we moved that couch and chair to our house, and that's what we're using until we get our furniture. So it's crazy. But anyway, so welcome everyone. Welcome Idaho. Thank you. I cannot see behind you. That's a good thing. So because it's empty. There's nothing behind me but right here. Nope. Let's see this finger. This is my storage, which has all my paper. And then that wall, let me see if I can get my fingers going. I can't get it pointed that way. Wait, that way. Anyways, there's a wall behind me. I can see the front door. I'm in like this is a studio like a studio apartment, and from the paper rack is like a little cubby hole, a cubby area. And so I've got all my stuff set up around me. It works perfect for a studio. So if one person is living here, it'd be fine. I couldn't live here. I don't think I could live here. I could probably if I was single, but whatever. Anyways, all right, let's get started. So again, I'm an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up, and I am living in Fort Myers, Florida. And thank you so much, everyone, for joining me this evening. I've got two. Actually, if we have time, I'm gonna do a third stamp. Third card. If you don't have a demonstrator, I would love to work with you. We also have a joining special that if you decide you want to join Stampin' Up, and you could do it as a what we call a happy shopper or a discount shopper, whatever, and take advantage of the discounts. But they are offering a planner, and I'm sure that you all have seen this, and this is in our beautiful, let me pull it back some. I got to get in the picture. This is a beautiful planner. If you're into paper planning, this is an awesome, awesome thing, and it's for a year and a half, and it's got all sorts of labels and stickers. It comes with a stamp set that you can stamp pages and do all sorts of goodies in your planner. It's just pretty neat. So that's something that if you decided to join, $99, you get that, plus you get to choose $125 worth of product, and you would receive a discount for the next several months, and you would join my team, and we're just crazy. We're called the Crafty Girls. So anyways, let's get back to actually what you all came here is to see what cards we're going to create. So I'm going to flip the camera down, and let's get started. The first thing, let me turn my camera down. Okay, so the first thing that I want to show you is the free stamp set. I've got to put my cord behind my back. Hang on a minute, so I don't get it in my way. All right, we're going to use the Stylish Sketches, okay? And this is just 3 stamps, and well, actually it's 4. It's got these little dots there. It's got the fox, these ducks, and then some leaves. And that you can get for free from our Celebration catalog, which is good through August with a $50 purchase. And here are some ideas. So if you're, and I'm going to show you one of the cards I did with a different set, because it's going to be one of my holiday cards from a card class. Always use the catalogs for ideas. So here are some ideas, because I went on Pinterest and I hardly could find anything using this set, or not this set, actually it's the one I'll get ready to show you. You can be happy with the small. I know, as long as you can find everything. So just don't forget to use your catalogs for inspiration, because this gives you a lot of great inspiration just using this stamp set. And you know, this is the leaves. So keep that in mind, and I'll give you another example, and I'm going to demonstrate how I copied one of these out of the catalog. So this is a cling stamp. So the red rubber, you only got 2 in there for now because I'm using the other 2. All right, so let's go. Let me show you the card. This is my host code, which runs out the end of July. So if you do decide you want to place an order and use me as your demonstrator, you can use this code if your order is less than 150. If it's over 150, then you need to don't use this, because then you'll get all the rewards. And then also with a $50 order, then I will send you this month's tutorial bundle, which is I think 30 or 31 tutorials. All right, so let's get started. Let me move this paper out of the way. Now I want to, well, I'll show you the paper that we're going to use on the next card. So let's go ahead and start. So in addition to, this is the card that we're going to be making this evening, and this is I thought would be a great card for masculine. Oh, really, it could be for anybody that's into nature and animals. Now the sentiment, because this stamp set doesn't have any sentiments in it, we're going to use the garden birdhouse, and I'm going to use the one right here that says, "So glad you're here." So don't forget, when you purchase stamps and they don't have any, like this one that doesn't have any sentiments, go check your supplies, because I always go and check my supplies, and it's easy to find something. So, but this is a really easy card. All right, so we're going to start with a piece of Sahara sand, 8.5 by 5.5, and we're going to fold it in half at 4 1/4 and give it a good burnish. And again, this is really, we're going to have time, so because these 2 cards are pretty easy, that I'm going to do a third card for you, if y'all are okay with that. All right, so we're going to do it this way, so it opens up like that. Now, because this fold, it can also be turned and opened like a book. So this is how we're going to do it. Now, the paper we're using is coming from He's the Man, and this is a piece of the dark, I want to say espresso, but it's a really dark orangey brown with black, looks like dark brown stripes. I don't know if you can see it. Hopefully my lighting isn't that bad. And we're going to cut this. Now this is 3.5 by 4 inches. And I'm just going to manually, let's see, we want it to go this way. Which way do we want it? No, we want it long ways. All right, so this is going to go in the center of the card. Now, if you want to dress this up, you could always do some type of background stamp, or you could cut another piece that's slightly smaller, like 4 by 5 1/4, and you could run it through an embossing folder. So you can dress this up any way that you want. I just wanted to keep it kind of nice and simple. For someone that's just starting out learning how to stamp, this is a great way, and it helps us to go back to the basics. Okay, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this up up the middle. So I measured, and I didn't mark it on here, so I'm just going to eyeball it. But the center is like 1 3/4 because this is 3.5. So 1 3/4 would equal 3.5. So all I'm doing is I'm going to take, and let me take my measure, let me take my ruler, and we'll do it this way. So some of y'all might get a little freaked out. So I'm going to cut 1 3/4 is going to be right, yeah, I was getting close, right about there. Okay, so I'm going to cut up, and I'm going to make my tails a little bit longer. So I'm going to cut up to right about there, and I know this is dark. All right, so I cut it up to that line. Now all you're going to do then is come from this corner and just start cutting towards that center piece where you just cut, and then we'll pull this off. We'll just snip that off there, and then we're going to do the same thing here. So this is, or if you have a punch, like a square punch or something, you can do that. But this is kind of a quick and easy way that you can do it. All right, so there, and of course I boogered that one up. I got that one cut a little bit too high. So let me just come back through here, and we're going to trim that up just a tad so that at least they look somewhat even. Okay, there we go. And that goes in the trash. So there is our banner. All right, so we're going to go ahead and add our adhesive to this, and this is the back side of that paper. If y'all have used this, you remember it's got the trees and the campers and all of the RVs. All right, so let's go ahead and add some of our Tombow or multi-purpose glue. And I swear I just thought I heard something scratching, thinking, well, it's not my dog because my dog's not here. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put this down. And again, this is a really easy card. And I'm just going to pull this all the way up to the top, and I'm going to scooch it up a little bit. That's the nice thing about the Tombow or the liquid glue, is it allows us to move it up to where we want it. And I'm going to slide it over just a tad because it looks like I've got it a little bit off-centered, but let's see. Let's pull this up just a little bit. Hopefully if it starts to stick, we're going to leave it down. All right, we're going to pull this up. Maybe. Nope, let's leave it. He's already starting to hear. It's a little off-centered, but that's all right. No one's going to notice it by the time we get done with our fox. Okay, and then the next thing we're going to do is I'm using Early Espresso. And hey, Faye and Virginia, welcome. So I'm using Early Espresso, and then we're going to stamp on a basic white. And this piece is 2.5 by 4. So 2.5 by 4. And I need to find my little fox. Here he is. So I'm going to take this, and I just realized I'm looking for, oh, there it is. Hang on, I got to find my other stuff. I was looking for my sentiments. I'm like, what did I do with them? All right, so we're going to stamp this in Early Espresso. I don't know about y'all, but I don't normally use, I use Early Espresso, but not as much as I probably should. And I'm not sure if I've got, I know his markings are kind of light, so I think we've got that. So I'm just going to huff on that, and I'm going to place this, try to do it in the center, and then I want to leave enough room at the bottom where I can stamp my sentiment. So we're just going to put him right here, and I'm just going to let him sit for a couple seconds just to get the ink to transfer. Okay, there we go. So that's good. And then there is a, let's go ahead and do our sentiment first. And this is the one I said from the birdhouse. And I like the acrylic, see-through blocks, because you can actually see, plus the stamp, this one's photopolymer, you can actually see through it to make sure you got all your ink there. So I'm going to place that and try to center this right here, and let me see, I'm not standing up, so I'm hoping I can get this in here right, and hopefully it's straight. We'll find out, won't we? Oh, good, we got that one. So far, so good. All right, and then the next thing I did, because it looked kind of empty, I just took this little stamp. It's the one, it's got like little, let me see if I can get up here. Oh, I'm getting the camera, that would be helpful, wouldn't it? How about over here? The little stamp, see the little dots on it? So we're just gonna place some of those down here, make it look like it's kind of like dirt or whatever. So, and I always kind of like place off to the side and try to twist them so they don't look like they're going in the same direction. And there you go, I pushed too hard. I did what I tell my customers not to do. Don't squish it. And I did that on the other one too. I'm gonna leave it like that, so that's fine. Let me clean off my stamp, close up my ink pad, and we're almost done with this card. I told you this is a very simple card, but again, sometimes I think we need to get back to the basics. So bear with me 1 second. I'm just cleaning this guy because we're going to use him on the next stamp as well. Okay, so we're going to now we're going to put some dimensionals on the back of this so that we can pop him off the paper and give him a little bit of lift so it doesn't look so flat. So I'm going to put 6 dimensionals, and you never have enough of these old guys, do you? I mean, for whatever they are, $4 or something, you get 300. And we'll put some there. And I just love this. I mean, I love these very simple stamp sets. Well, I guess we're not going to use this one because I can't get the paper off of him. Hang on a minute. Now it's stuck to my finger. Hold on. Hang on. Let me try to get him off. There we go. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Oh, my dimensionals are up here. Anyways, all right, so push your thumbnails if you have a hard time getting the backings off. Just push them down in the center, and that helps to lift them. So then you can lift these off. And that one's there. And then this card, and then all you've got to do when we're done is just place a piece of basic white, or you could even do very vanilla. And we're going to add this to the front of the card, and I'm going to put it up a little bit higher because I want them to be able to see the banner. So we're going to place that right there. Oopsie, hang on, I'm cleaning up my mess here. I didn't bring a trash can over here. Hopefully he's straight. Yep. All right, isn't that easy? Very simple and easy card. And then just go in and put your basic white on the inside. You could add a piece of the cards, the designer paper if you wanted to dress that up. And now I see I've got shades. Hang on a minute. I got shadows. Let me turn this light off for a second and see if that helps. Does that help? Is that too dark for you guys? Do I need to turn this back on? What do you think? All right, I'll wait for your comments. Okay, so that's the first card. So while I'm waiting for somebody to tell me if the light should go on or off, let me know. And now I'm going to move this out of the way. Oh, I wanted to tell you about my class, but I'll do that towards the end. I forgot. I started talking faster than wasn't thinking. Okay, so the next card, see, I can see the shadows now, and I think it's because I got this light behind me. Let me turn it around. There, maybe that helps. Okay, so the next card, we're doing the same thing. Now we're using that, hang on a minute, let me pull in this paper, and this is another free item in the Celebration catalog. This is the Rings of Love. And that, let me show you this. The Rings of Love is another item. Okay, light on. Okay, I've got it on. The Rings of Love are another item that you can purchase or get for free with a $50 purchase. All right, so that is on page 7 of the Celebration catalog. It also coordinates with the Ringed with Nature bundle and the dies. But look at this paper. If y'all haven't seen, this is the first time I've seen it when I opened it. Look at this paper. I just have to show you. There's the wood pieces that you can even, if you don't have the dies, you can always just cut this out yourself, right? Isn't this gorgeous? It's like Cajun craze, all beautiful. Here's the trees. This is one that we're going to be using this evening. And look at these birds. Isn't this gorgeous? You could just use this. I'm going to do a one sheet wonder. This paper is just absolutely stunning. And then there's the back of that. Now that kind of looks like that could be a wintry scene, don't you think? Those to me kind of look like could be snowflakes in a storm. Look at this. Here's the one with houses. You could easily cut this down and make a card with just this paper. And you wouldn't have to have the stamp set if you didn't purchase it. And look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? It looks like it's mint what are the colors in here? Hang on a second, I'll tell you. It looks like mint macaron. The colors are crushed curry, evening evergreen, mint macaron, night of navy, parakeet party, petal pink, poppy parade, and soft suede. So those are the colors. And then here's the last, oh wait, we got 2 more sheets. Here's this one. Isn't that gorgeous? I just love these flowers. That's poppy parade. Look at that if you want like a checked. I think that is really pretty. And then here's one that kind of reminds me of fall. It's got acorns, so this is something perfect to use for the fall. So think about that paper. I really didn't want to purchase it because, excuse me, but I'd already gotten almost everything out of the book for free. And I thought, well, why not get it? And now I'm so glad I did when I looked at it. I'm like, oh my goodness, this stuff is it's really, really pretty. Excuse me. Okay, so the card that we're going to be making, again, we're using Mr. Fox. And this is probably more of a wintry fall card and probably more masculine. But there are a couple of things that we did. This is using Cajun Craze and a piece of soft suede and then that tree paper that I just showed you. And we'll go through. I use the stitched rectangle stitch dies, and this is the 1, 2, 3. I think it's the third. Hang on a minute. 1, 2, 3. It's the 4th rectangle die. And then underneath here, this little piece that of Cajun Craze, this is a 2x2 piece. I just wanted to give it a little something underneath. And then these, I'm going to show you what I did with those. These are they're the new adhesive back pearl that says red and green, which it's pink, green, silver, and gold. Okay, I think they mistitled them, but anyways. So this is the card that we're going to be making, and again, this is going to be a pretty quick card. All right, so we are going to bring in our Cajun Craze, and let me get my package of stuff. Oh, and then for the sentiment on this one, I'm going to use the Party Puffins, and I'm going to use the You're the Best sentiment. Okay, so let's go ahead. I've already got everything pre-cut to make things go a little faster. All right, so again, we're using 8.5 by 11 card base. And now I am using a couple of retired circle punches, but that's okay. All right, so Cajun Craze, and this is a color that, I tend to forget we have and use, but it's a great, it really is a great color, especially for fall. I think it's a beautiful color. It pulls in all the, your rusty colors and all of that. So, okay, so we're going to do that. And again, this card's going to open just like this, like we did with the other one, okay? All right, and then we've got our 3 layers. So soft suede is 4 by 5 1/4, and then this designer paper is 3 3/4 by 5. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and attach all of these together because we can do that right now, and then we'll work on the fox itself. And the nice thing about these sketches is you don't really have to color them. I guess you could color them if you wanted to, but I like them the way they are. So we're just going to add this DSP, and it's going to show about 1/8 of an inch all the way around. So that works. We got that. And then we'll go ahead and add our liquid glue. I used to use snail all the time, and I went through snail. I can't tell you. I was ordering probably 6 to 8 every time I placed an order. And I realized that the liquid glue goes so much further. I'm not taking anything away from that tape, the runner, because I like my seal and I like my snail, but it definitely goes a lot further than the tape runner does. Okay, so there's our card. Very easy for that one. Now we're going to, already ran this through the rectangle stitched die. So now we're going to stamp our fox on this. That's why let me make sure I've got him nice and clean, so that we don't get any early espresso. I think we're good. All right, so we're going to stamp the fox on this, and I just think this is just such a neat color scheme. All right, so we're going to get this guy inked up. How many of you use Cajun Craze? It's probably one of those colors that you go, oh yeah, I forgot I have it, right? All right, so this one we're going to stamp right in the center, so hopefully I can do that. And I think I'm probably good right about there, so we're just going to push him down. I probably should have stood up, but that's okay. And if he's a little crooked, that means he's probably trying to chase something. All right, look at that. Isn't that, I mean, that's like a deep color. I really like that. All right, so let's move that over there. Let me we need that in just a minute, so I'll leave that open. Okay, so now I cut this what did I say it was? 2 1/4 by 2 1/4 square. And all I want to do is place this on here just so that a little bit of the border shows. Can you see that? So I just want enough to show. Actually, this is going to be, yeah, I want him to come out. So I've got it. I want this cardstock, if it's a 2 1/4, see how it's coming out right here? It's right almost to his foot. So that was kind of the idea. And then the top is almost to the top, but not quite. So, and that part really doesn't matter. I probably could cut this down by a 1/4 inch because I think I like it better where it's not up there. So let's do that. Let me cut this down real quick. Let me find my paper trimmer. Oh, it's right here. I'm going to take a 1/4 inch, or let me start with it. I'm knocking all my cards over. Let me shut my ink before I get my hands in it. I'm going to take 1/8 of an inch off first. I think I like it better. Let's do 2 1/8, and let's see what that does. I don't think I want it going all the way that high. So let's see. Oops, I'm making noise here before I take my trimmer away. All right, so let's see what that does. Let's put that right about there. Yeah, I kind of like that better. It's not going all the way to the top. Actually, I could probably cut that. Let me cut that down to 2 inches. I think I like it better at 2. Let's see, this one is, yeah, 2 1/4, right? 2 1/4 right there. Used Cajun Craze for fall. I know, it is great for fall leaves. It's a perfect color. All right, let's cut this down to 2 inches. So this is going to be 2 inches by 2 1/4. I think that's going to look better. So let me just pull this up and get that out of here. Okay, let's move this guy. We'll put him up here. And I'm piling all my trash over there because I forgot to bring a trash can. I think that'll look better. So let's do that. And we're going to push him on the inside so it looks straight. Yeah, I think that looks much better. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and do it that way. So I'm going to add, and you can add it to your Cajun Craze if you want, but I'm just going to add it where I'm pretty confident that it's going to go on the paper. And then I'll just add that here. We'll just attach him. So I want to have, I'm going to lay it down. So I want to have a little bit showing at the top, on the side, and at the bottom, and I think that'll work just like that. All right. Whoopsie, I didn't let him sit for a minute, did I? All right, let me push him down. Hang on. Get just a little bit there. There we go. We'll just push that down. All right, so he's glued on there. Okay, and then I'm going to take my, I guess I will just take the back. I'm going to take the back of my dimensionals. I'm just going to drag that extra glue off. It will dry. It will be fine. Okay, so there's that. Now we're going to pop this up on dimensionals as well. So let's get our dimensionals, and we'll go ahead and get him placed, and then we're going to do our sentiment, and then I'm going to show you one other thing that I did. And then we'll do one more card, and I'm going to show you my, I've got my online class that's open for registration through the 28th, and I am doing the Kindness Gnomes, and it's online, so you'll get 5 videos. Well, actually, you're going to do 4 cards. You'll do 8 cards, 2 of each, 2 of 4 designs, but I'm throwing in 2 bonus cards, but 2 different ones. So you'll really be making 10 cards. All right, so we're going to place him right here. Probably a little, yeah, we'll probably try to get him centered. How's that? So I'm going to place him right about there, okay? So I'll show you those cards in just a minute. If you're interested, it's on my blog. On the Facebook page for the class, and it gives you the 3 different options you can get, with the stamp set, without the stamp set, or just the tutorials and videos. So which are, the tutorials only. The videos come with package 1 and 2. Okay, so now we're going to stamp our sentiment, "You're the best." I've got a scrap piece of white, so I'm just going to stamp that right about in the center. And then I am using our retired, I don't get rid of my circle punches because I love them. So I'm using the 1-inch circle punch, and we're going to pop that, we're going to cut him out and pop this up on a mini dimensional. All right, and then I use the 1 3/4, the 1 1/4, and I cut that out in Cajun Craze as well, okay? So this, I'm going to add a little bit of adhesive, and then we're going to attach that to our circle. Do you miss the punches? I kind of do. It's so much easier, I think, at times when you're trying to do something quick rather than running it through the machine. I'm not taking anything away from our dies because I like them, but sometimes I wish I missed them. All right, so since this is popped up on dimensionals, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of glue right here, and then I'm going to put a mini dimensional on this side, which will be hanging over, and then that's going to give it the same lift as it is if I had a full dimensional, okay, if that makes sense. All right, so I know that where it says "you" and "the," I know my little dimensional, my little mini needs to go right there. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of adhesive right on this side, right around here. Okay. And then we're going to pop this on here. Let me take my paper off my dimensional. That would be helpful. All right, so we're going to place him right about there, and then pop him down and see how that kind of keeps it level. Look at that. Isn't that cute? All right, and then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take these red and green adhesive backed, I'll show you. Red and green, they're pink. It looks like it's sweet sorbet, the mint macaron, silver and gold. What I did was I took one of our Stampin' Blends, and it was the darkest one. I want to say it was this one here, number 100. I colored the gold. No, actually I did. I colored the gold, and we're just going to use our snips and place those on the card. Now we do have some rustic embellishments, if I'm not mistaken, in the catalog. You can use those. I didn't have them, so I'm improvising. So this is another way that you can change the color of your embellishments. You can color them with your markers or with your Stampin' Blends. Now this guy, whoops, where'd he go? Oh, there he is. He's not cooperating. We'll stick him right there. Make sure we got him even. All right, and then there you go. Isn't that gorgeous? So there's another easy masculine card, if you will. And this could be used for birthdays or whatever. So what do you think about the 2 cards that we just made? Let me find my other one. I put him somewhere and I don't know what I did with him. Where are you? Oh, it's probably under my stack of papers here. Hang on a minute. Let me find it. Oh, it's over here. And then I'm going to show you my cards that I'm doing for my class, and then we'll get started on the next card. Okay, so here are the cards that we made. So aren't those cute? Completely different looking cards, right? Okay, so those are those cards. So let's move these guys out of the way. We're going to put that all back here. Now, my gnomes class, again, you get 4 designs. You'll make 2 of each, and then you're going to get 2 bonus cards. One's going to be a pop-up, but I'm not going to show you that one. All right, so these are pretty easy cards. I try to make them, I'm going to do 4. I always do Christmas in July, and then I do 4 months. So we'll do July, August, September, and October. That way you'll have, you should have enough cards, hopefully, or at least get you started for your holiday cards. So this one, I used a retired embossing folder on this one. This is one of the book ones. These are just cut out of the paper. So again, this is how you're going to use up your paper. This one we're going to do some coloring, and this is on Pacific Point. This one, I love the green trees. Look how simple this is. So that's the other design. And then we've got this little different design here, and it's kind of a fold like that. So those are the 4 cards that you'll be making, 2 of each. So that gives you 8 cards plus 2 additional ones, which are one's a pop-up card. Okay, so with that being said, what time is it? Oh, we got lots of time. All right, so I am going to bring in the card. And earlier, for those that are just joining, I mentioned about using the catalog for inspiration. I couldn't find a lot. I'm using the all bundled up. This is what I'm going to use next month. And I was having a hard time finding cards made using these stamps. So I thought, well, let me look in the catalog. So here you go. Here's the catalog. And I am using, and I'll show you my card. I'm going to use this design. I'll put it up closer. This design. So look at the different ideas you can do. Here's the bird. So you look at the stamp set. You've got a bunny rabbit, you've got a bird, a raccoon, and this moose, and then you've got some snowflakes, if you will, and then 3 sentiments. So you've got the raccoon. Here's one with a bird. Aren't these? They're just so precious. Now I'm improvising. I don't have the snowflakes. Those are on my order. That's going to go out tomorrow. But I'm using this sort of design to create the card. My granddaughter was a little, has a stuff. Oh, a toy fox. Oh, that's so cute. So this is what I'm going to use for my inspiration. So here's the card that I made. It's not pink, but this is on soft succulent. And then I'm using, which we probably forget, these layering, the vellum. Lovely Layers vellum, and they come in these different you get a lot of them are clear, but you've got several that are different designs with the circle. We used these early on when they first came out, and then you got some leaves. I think we used one of those, and then the rest of these are all plain, so you can stamp on them and do all sorts of stuff. So we're using the dotted one, which I thought kind of looked like snow falling. So we're going to use, I'll flip it over. So this is what we're going to use for our vellum, okay? And this is our card. So let's get started. Now I went ahead and stamped the critters, and I do have to cut them, color and then cut them out. So that might take a few minutes. So that's why we need to get started. Okay, so this is going to be one of the cards in my next month in August Christmas class, okay? Card class. All right, so let's bring on, let's do the raccoon. We'll put this over here to start with. All right, so I'm going to bring in all of my blends, and we are using, okay, so I've got Poppy Parade. No, I'm sorry, this is Real Red, Light and Dark. We're using the Parakeet Party. I'm using the Crumb Cake Light and Dark. That's going to be for the moose. The red is going to be for his scarf and for the raccoon scarf. And then I am going to use now I know these come in pairs, but when I bought these were the skin tones. This is numbers 3 and 4, which is probably one of the, I know there's 4 packages. So this is probably the second bundle. These are towards the darker. So I'm going to use the dark one for his tail and mask, and then I'm going to color him in gray granite. Oh, you've got the stamp. You still need to color finish the bunny and the raccoon. Post your cards when you get done with them. I'd love to see what you've done. All right, so here's, I'm going to call him Rocky Raccoon. I think that's everybody's name for the Rocky Raccoon. And I'm going to take the dark, and I'm going to color his tail, and I'm just going to go ahead and just color the little dark part. This shouldn't take too long because I know we got to get this the moose colored too, and we're just going to do like that and color it in, so y'all just get to watch me color. And then I'm going to do his he's got this mask on, right? So we're going to do this in the dark as well. So I'm using the small tip just to get it colored. And again, I think these are such easy cards. I just don't want to color out his eyeball. And then we're going to color his mask in the same color. So we want to, so I thought, you know, it's kind of like go back to the basics in a way. You know, sometimes we get caught up in wanting to do everything that's all big and fancy, and then we stress out sometimes because it is, and it takes a long time. So I thought, well, let's just go back to our basics and let's just do some basic stamps, ink, and paper for the most part. And that's what we're doing. We're going to take a sip here. All right, so there's his mask. All right, and then I'm going to come back with my gray granite, and I'm going to take the dark, if I can figure out which one's dark, that's the light. And I'm going to take the dark, and I'm going to use my small tip because of the small areas. And I'm just going to come around and try to make a little accents where the artist has. So I'm just going to kind of go around his legs where that little bit of, you know, fuzzy fur is or whatever. And we'll do it right here as well. Okay, and then we can come down here with it. I'm just trying to, all right, I think that, and we'll do it around his legs right here. All right, so now we're going to come back with the lighter shade, and we'll just go ahead and color all. Whoops, you know what I did? Look at that. I colored on his scarf like a dodo head, but we'll cover that up because that's going to be in red, so we should be able to color it. I wasn't thinking. So we don't want to color. Do not color the boy's or girl's scarf because you don't want to color that gray. So we'll just have a little accent in there, that's all. All right, so this is gray granite, and this is the light color. I just thought this was cute. So, and again, this will be one of the cards that I will have for next month's class. And I'll put a link, if you haven't seen it on Facebook, I'll put a link afterwards on the site so that you can go look at it and see if it's something that you might be interested in. And actually, just to let y'all know, I'm actually filming this streaming for my first time streaming to YouTube. So we'll see how that goes. If anybody's on here from YouTube, give me a shout out and put on there that you're from YouTube. But they just added that to the software program that I work with, so I thought, well, why not? Let's just give it a shot. So we'll see how that goes. All right, so we're almost done coloring his little body. Now we're going to do his head, his little face, and get him all colored up. I think I'm going to leave his ears a little white on the inside. I could color him pink, but I don't know. Never seen a raccoon, so I'm not sure if what his ears look like. Well, I've seen them, but okay, is that it? I think that's it, isn't it? Okay. Oh, wait, we got to color. We'll do this part of his tail, and we'll do this part, kind of the gray granite too. All right. So there. Nope. Got to do his little chin down here. I forgot about that. Where I meant to put my colors. And we're going to color all of this. We want to make sure we don't go outside of the lines. Don't you just love coloring? I do. Whenever we travel, I try to take, if at all possible, like my watercolor pencil so I can do coloring. All right, now we're going to do his scarf. We're going to do it in red. So I'm going to come back and try to cover up my gray, which should be pretty easy to do. All right, so I'm going to put some red right there, and we'll come back with the lighter shade, and we'll do some blending and stay within the lines. I just think this is such a cute set. I guess, I don't know if everybody's just busy creating with the other sets, and no one has really gotten to this one yet, but I found it odd that I couldn't find too many samples to look at. I always like to get ideas. And I looked through Pinterest and couldn't find anything, and I said, well, shoot, let me go look at the catalog, because obviously the artist had to come up with something to get the idea for these animals. And lo and behold, that's what I did. And you can change it up. You can use whatever colors you want. It's your, you know, it's your animal and your scarf. Okay, so there he is with his scarf. Now all we're going to do is we're going to color his hat, and I'm going to make it green so it blends with his buddy. And I think I'm going to take the dark one. I don't have my labels on here. And I'm going to darken the beanie, this little ball, which probably should be white. I think I'm going to do this one dark. I didn't do this one dark. The other one, on the first one I made, I did it light. So we're going to do this dark right here. All right, and then we'll cover the cap itself in the lighter shade. So then this is pretty easy to color. All right, there's our raccoon. Okay, so we've got to cut him out, but we'll do that here in just a minute. And now we're going to do our moose because we need to color him. So let's bring in our moosey colors, and he's going to be in crumb cake. All right, so let's go ahead and do our moose. Now I'm going to take the dark. I have labels for these, but I guess these are newer ones. Oops, I want the dark one. Okay, so we'll post later. Oh, that'd be great. Okay, so we're going to color his hooves darker. All right, and I'm going to, let's see what time it is. We got about 13 minutes before 8 o'clock, so I think we're good. All right, so we're going to color his little hoofs here. And this is the dark crumb cake. I had to make sure what I was using. All right, so we're going to get these done. And get that. And now I'm going to come in here and make some dark lines where the artist has drawn these lines for his, and then I'm going to do a little bit here where they've kind of given you some like areas of things that might be a little bit darker, and I'll do a little bit here. Okay, now we'll come back and do the rest of him in crumb cake, and we'll go ahead and color. If I can get my thing off here. Actually, I'm doing his ears. This is where I knew I had these dark colors out here for a reason. The skin tone colors, this is 100. I'm going to go back over that. I wanted this to be a different color, so I'm going to make these a little bit darker. I want his ears, his I guess they're his, what are these things? Not ears, antlers. I want these to be a little bit darker. All right, and okay, so that's good. We'll do that. And then that was my mistake. I was wondering, why do I have these and I'm not using them? And then I want this one. Do I want this one? Let me see here. This one, I want the lighter color. Let me see if this is the color I want. Or is it this other one? Hang on a minute. I'm trying to figure out which one I want. I want it more of a, yeah, I want this one. So this will be a lighter color. So this is this is 400, in case you're wondering. And I'm just going to come through and color. So it kind of gives him like a two-tone color on his antlers. And I'll do this one, and then we'll come back and color the moose in crumb cake. And let me just go around his ears, whatever these things, antlers are. We saw moose when we were in Alaska. We didn't think we were ever going to see one, and then all of a sudden he decided he wanted to cross the road, and these 3 women decided they were going to chase him. They started following him into the a grassy area, and I thought, they've lost their minds. All it would have taken was that moose to turn around. He would have killed them, you know? Okay, so now we're going to come in with our light crumb cake, and we're going to color his body. Oops, I'm not using that end, sorry. I've got to get some ordered. My big tip is almost dried out. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start coloring. I'm going to color his ears, and this one's about dried up, but if I color it enough, I can get enough ink out of it, and I'll just have to come back and make a couple of swipes through to get it to give us a good coverage. But that's a good thing. That means you're using up your stuff, right? So we're going to come down and do his legs, and I know y'all know how to color, and I'm not the greatest when it comes to leaving the lighting effect and all that stuff, but we all do things differently. So we'll get him colored, and then we'll cut these out, and then we'll be able to get our card finished up. I almost colored these and cut them out, and I thought, no, I better not, because I know that y'all would want to at least see the process. All right, and then we got to do his head. This kind of looks like a girl because she's got some, this one looks like she's got some eyelashes. She looks kind of pretty with those lips open and everything. So I think it's a girl. I think it's a girl moose. So if y'all have this stamp set, what do you think? Do you think it's a girl? I think it's a girl. Yeah, I can tell my crumb cake's drying up because it's hard to get the color on here. Look at that. Oh, please give me enough to finish my card. Come on, you can do it. I guess I better get my order in soon, huh? All right, have we got all of his body? I think we do. All right, there's the moose. Now let's do his scarf and his ears. Now I did his scarf in the real red, and we did dark in the dark. Every other square we did dark. So I'm just going to come through here and just do a little dark red, real red. And we'll do one here. Hopefully we don't, and then we'll do one down here. And we'll do this here. And then this piece here. All right, and then we're going to come over here and I'm going to do this one. I'm going to try to do opposite so they're not quite so close to each other, but that happens. Okay, all right, so that's the dark. Now let's come back with the light. And then we'll do his hat, get these cut out, and then we will call it a night. So we'll just get these colored in. And again, you know, you can color these whatever color you would like. But I figured for the holidays, we might as well start off with some red, right? And, all right, so, oops, we left a little bit right there. We'll leave that one. Color this one. All right, kind of fill in the red holes. Got a little bit of red going on. All right, so let me come back with the dark real quick and do this one little piece right here. Okie doke. And let's see. I guess this little piece right there needs to be, all right. All right, there's our moose. And all we gotta do now is do his hat. And we're gonna do some dark again on the lines. So we're just gonna do some lines to give it some depth here. And then we'll color these really quick. See if I can do this with the big tip. These things, I tell you what, you gotta be like a strong person, it seems like nowadays, to get these caps off. All right, so we're gonna bring this down. And I'm gonna lightly, barely push the tip down so I can not go out of the lines. So I'm just gonna give it light taps, light little strokes. All right, there we go. Okay, oops, I forgot there's a little piece of the leg of the moose that is not stamped. So this is the light crumb cake. I almost forgot his little foot right here, part of his foot. So let's color that right there. Okay, all right, so that's done. So let's move all these markers out of the way. Let me get my paper snips, get these things cut, and we will mosey right on. So we're just going to fussy cut these out. So for those of you who enjoy fussy cutting, this will be right up your alley. And I don't mind it as much. I just don't think I do it as good as other people do. But you can't, you know, you can't really compare yourself to others. So you just do the best you can. And we'll come around and get this colored out. And then we'll always use your smaller, I think, paper snips, and they're sharper, and you want to use them towards the back, and then just follow the outline. It just makes it easier when you're coloring, and hopefully you leave a little bit of white. Doesn't have to be a lot. Just kind of follow the design of the item that you're cutting. So in this case, this little dude here, we want to cut around his mask. And then go up. I know just what y'all want to do. See me cutting. And then cut his little paws. All right. I know. It's kind of boring, isn't it? Okay, I probably should have just done one. Y'all don't really need to see me do two, but you're going to have to watch me now because I didn't do that. All right, and I think I got a little bit too much white right there, so I'm just going to cut that off and pull that out with my snips. All right, so there's the raccoon. Let's go for the moose right now. I like to cut off a lot of the excess paper because that kind of bothers me. Especially when you get your scissors in here and you're starting to twist and turn, and then all of a sudden, now I'm cutting off his little whiskers right there. Not all of them, but I'm gonna cut some of them off. But it does get in your way when you're trying to cut, especially when you're trying to go around and you got this big piece of paper underneath you, and it's not letting you twist and turn. All right, so we're gonna go up around his ear. We're gonna come back into his, are these things, I guess they're called antlers? I assume that's what they are, right? Moose have, I guess they are antlers. They're big. I tell you what, when we were in Alaska, when that guy came he came walking out of the woods into the street, I was like, holy moly, he was humongous. And I could not believe the ladies just decided they were going to walk right behind him. I thought, you are asking for trouble. I thought, that is not me. We were in a van. Actually, we were coming back from, I think it's the van when we went up, did our dog sledding. We were coming back in a van, and from going up to the glacier and mushing the dogs. And we were shocked. We couldn't believe it. They were just following him right along like it wasn't any big deal. I thought, yeah, wait till he decides he doesn't want you following him and he gets mad and turns around after you, right? So anyways, all right, we're almost done. Just get this piece cut right here. All right, so are y'all still hanging with me? Okay, we're hurrying. All right, so we're going to come up here, come down, and we're going to come up around these guys. We'll cut this. We can get this out of here. Cut around. And we're going to try to not cut a string off of his hat, because we want to leave that, right? So we're going to cut around that little thing right there. And we are almost done cutting. And all right, there we go. Cut around his scarf. And see how much paper you cut off? All right. Okay, there's our guys. You still with me? Oh, you love fussy cutting? Oh my gosh. It's not bad, but I wouldn't want to do this all the time. My back, I don't know what it is. When I bend over, like right now, my back's starting to bother me because I've been leaning forward, and I know I shouldn't be doing that, but I did. Okay, so now let's get started. We are going to take our vellum, and what I want to do, first of all, I couldn't decide, the last time I did on the cardstock, but I think this one, I think I want to color, first I want to do the back side of the vellum, and I'm going to see what it looks like. I'm going to do these snowflakes, and I'm going to see what it looks like on the back side, and then I may, if I want, I may add some to the cardstock itself. I don't know yet. We'll see. So I'm just going to go around these corners because we know that center section is going to be taken up with the animals. So, okay, I'm still here munching cookie and sipping coffee. Ooh, that sounds good. Wish I could be munching a cookie. Oh, I think that looks better. That stands out much better than when I did it on the cardstock itself. I like that. Okay, so I'm going to take and use our glue dots. You want to use your glue dots because you want to put them in areas that do not show, or try not to get them to show. And I'm just going to take them with my paper snips, and I'm just going to put them like over one of those dots, so it kind of hides it but not really, you know what I mean? So hang on a second. Normally I'd set the paper up there, which I guess I will. That'd probably work. We'll just set that on that black dot there. All right, so we have those two up at the bottom and the top, and let's do one over here. So that's the nice thing about vellum. Just, you know, hide it underneath either an embellishment or part of your card. All right, so I've got the four corners colored, or covered, I should say. And now I'm going to lay this at an angle, about like that, just to give it a little something different. All right, so there's the base of our card. And then we're going to come in and we're going to add our mousse. Now, I'm not popping these guys up. They're going to be down laying flat. The vellum is really cute, and I don't think they were that expensive, to be honest with you. And the package, they're in the annual catalog. You get 60 pieces of this vellum. So if you have a friend that, you know, wants to go in and share with you, that would be the ticket, because I mean, I have them sitting there and I forget they're there to use them, and then you're going to be wasting. But so that's a great way to do, add some depth, and you can color on it, stamp and color. All right, so let's put our mousse. I'm going to put him up here, and I want to try to show some of these things, but all right, so we're going to set him down, make sure he gets glued down. I got a little heavy-handed on the glue right there. You can see it. I see it sticking out. And we'll just take that off like we did before. There it is. Yeah, this one I should have cut a little bit better. He's a little squared. Let me just trim that little guy off. Instead of rounding it, I cut it. There we go. Okay, so we got him there, and we're going to do the same thing with the raccoon. So let's throw a little glue on him. And oh, there's my little case. I was wondering what happened to it. And then we'll put him, oh, and I'm covering up all my little snowflakes. Maybe I should have colored them somewhere else. Put your head down there. Now look, he's not wanting to stick. So I'm going to have to hold him down for a second. I'm going to put him down towards the bottom because we got to put our sentiment. So let me hold him down for a minute. And while we're doing that, I'm going to put the stamp case on him just so that he'll stay down. I don't know if I glued his, I didn't glue his hat. So let me just put a little dab right there. Okay, so I'm going to put that on top so that holds that down. Now, what I did earlier, as I stamped, and you're not going to probably be able to see this. Let me get in the camera. Whoops. I used our craft white ink, and I stamped, I don't know if you can see that or not. I stamped "Your friendship warms my heart." So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut out my heart in one set of letters, and then I'm going to do warms, and then I'm going to do your friendship. I'm cutting that in half, and then we're going to pop these up on mini dimensionals and add this to our card front. So while that's sitting, we're going to go ahead and add some dimensionals. So I'm just going to put one on there. I'll put two on this one because this is a little bit longer. And then we'll put, I'll probably put two on this one. Whoops, pulled the paper off, but not the dimensional. All right, so we'll put him there, and then I'm going to put one on the backs of this one. All right, so there's that. So let's make sure we got these guys. All right, so now they're coming on. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll peel our backings off. And this is just a fun, you know, it doesn't have to be exact as far as your cutting. We just want this to be a fun sentiment. So you just want to whack them off, and they'll be good to go. All right, so we're going to start with, where's my letters? Nope. Okay, we're going to do yours. So I'm going to put this up here because I want to make sure that they, your friendship. Oops, I got one. Hang on. Whoopsie. Hold on a minute. This one I didn't take off. Okay, so we're going to put your friendship. So I'm going to try to line them up so they're warms, right, like kind of centered. Warms my heart. What do you think about that? Isn't that cute? All right, and then the last thing that we're going to do on this one is we're going to go back to these gems, and I am going to place, like I did here, I placed some green and then silver, and then the more I looked at the silver, I kind of thought they looked like stars. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to add a couple of green ones, which you probably can't see though, really. Now that I look at it, but it's okay. We're going to put one here, and I'll probably just do silver. And we'll put one down. I'm covering up some of the black dots. And then I'm going to put, whoops, that one came off its little, gotta be careful when you lift these things up. And we'll put a silver one here. And then I'm just going to put some silver ones up at the top. I'm going to put one right there. And they say you should always do these in threes. So I'm going to put him down right about there. And then we'll do this last one. We'll put him over here. Let's put him right there. All right. So there's our card. So this is the all bundled up, I should say. Isn't that cute? So this is going to be one of my August Christmas cards that you will receive if you are interested. You'll get all the supplies. Okay, so here's that card. Let's pull in the other two cards, and then here's the other two using the sketches, the stylish sketches. So aren't those cute cards? Let me get them where y'all can see them. All right. Thank you, everyone, for stopping by again on Tuesday evening and spending your hour with me. I greatly appreciate it. And thank you again so much. I really do appreciate it. I really enjoy sharing cards with everyone. I think it's fun and relaxing. So thanks again. And I will see you next Tuesday. All right. Have a great day, a great week, and I'll see you next Tuesday. Bye now.